finally somebody taller than me. It's Justin L. Rathini,
Yes.
the director, writer, I don't know what, producer.
One of, yeah.
Axeman at Cutter's Creek.
AXEMAN at Cutter's Creek.
First of a trilogy.
Yes, yes, yes. This is the one that lays the foundation for the story so that we have something to build upon for a trilogy. And it is only meant to be a trilogy. It's not going to go on into infinity. And
right, part 7.
Yeah, it's not going to do that. Part
Okay.
18, part 22.
Right.
It's
Right.
not going to do that.
Okay, my name's Alyssa Dowling, and I started acting when I was just a little kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was involved in off-Broadway theater and a little bit of on-Broadway theater. I was the understudy for Young Cosette when I was a little kid.
Good girl.
Yeah, so, and then I did like a Crest commercial, and so I gave it up for a long time, though. It wasn't really like my dream. I wanted to be a fine artist, and then, or a musician, and I do it all. I like everything, you know. And,
You're an artist of all trades.
yeah, and I ended up moving to LA with an ex-boyfriend, believe it or not, who got into film school, and I had no interest in acting, but one thing led to another, and here I am.
Well, I'm Chantal Albers. I'm a LA-based actress, and I started acting when I was 7. Actually, I started off doing theater and musical theater. I did summer stock when I was in high school and as a child. So yeah, I did the stage, and then I went. I have a BFA in theater performance.
Yeah, well, I mean, I grew up in Long Island, New York, and then
You don't sound like it.
well, thank you, because that makes it very easy. Because a lot of times when you have to do acting, they make you have a neutral voice.
That's correct.
So
Get rid of the slang, drawl, whatever it is.
yeah. So like I just never really had the.
You worked it out.
Yeah, it just worked, and so it never became a problem. And so I moved down to Nashville when I was 17.
What brought the Axeman onto paper and into reality?
What it was I've always been a fan of old school 80s movies, not the really cheesy stuff that came out that was straight to video, but the stuff that actually went to the movie theaters and got into circulation to the mainstream. And what it was the films back then were really based on relationships and not just freaking people out. It was really based on relationships. You have really strong characters, really dynamic characters. When you go to the straight to video route, they start to kind of make caricatures of those characters.
That's correct.
And that's what people typically remember from the 80s. And that's why I have to always reel people back in and say, a lot of the movies that come out nowadays and they claim to be 80s movies, what happens is an homage to, what usually happens is they start out making a movie and it didn't kind of go the way they thought it would, so they just go ahead and say, oh, it's an 80s movie.
Well, I didn't have to audition, believe it or not.
Damn, you're lucky.
That happens now. Like, I get people offer me parts without auditioning. It's pretty rad, you know?
Man, you got a lot of followers.
I guess, yeah. I found Justin, believe it or not, on MySpace. I'm dating myself now. You guys know how old I am.
Oh, God, please.
but and
your mom.
we started talking just, in private messages and stuff, and I was like, I really hope to work with you, because Tiffany Shepis was our mutual friend, and she starred in his first movie.
Yep.
She also is an Axeman, as you know.
Yes.
And she always recommends me for things, bless her heart. If she can't do it, she recommends me. I'm like her second. I call myself like a mini Shepis.
A mini Shepis.
Yeah, because if they can't have her, well, in terms of budget, if they can't afford her, they come to me.
I do want to start off with people who appear to be caricatures, and so you have the token, like the rich guy who's kind of a prick. You have the survivor girl who's the brunette, and then you have the redhead who's feisty and all that good stuff. And then you have the token black guy. You have all those elements that are usually the caricatures.
Did you play Token?
I did play Token. Token Jr.
I always use that reference to South Park.
Yeah, Token Jr. That was me. No, it's okay. But that was
checked all those boxes.
I checked all the boxes, and then what I did was I took those characters and I fleshed them out and I made them real people, gave them real relationships. I make you really care about them, and then I kill them.
You make transitions, like you go from hot girl to mother.
That's correct. In your roles,
I'm in that sort of in between that right now. I could still do both, but it's like, so I think that I need to learn now. I want to spend more time with kids and learn how to play mom better, because my next role is supposed to be.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm playing a mom. So
follow Tiffany's footsteps.
Yeah,
she's writing and directing.
I went there and I was a hockey player. And so what I did was I moved down there, and I trained a lot.
Sure.
And then when I got out of high school, I went and I played juniors up in Canada. And then yeah. And so what happened was I ended up having a tryout down in Georgia for Augusta Lynx, which is a minor league team.
Right now, it's all about either gross out or I can make you squirm or whatever.
Or jump moment.
I can make you jump or whatever, and it gets to be redundant. You don't really care. You walk away from it. You can't tell me one character's name in the movie.
Right.
But don't get me wrong. I still love those movies. They have their place.
Right.
They have their place.
They serve a good purpose.
Yeah, they serve their purpose. And for me, what I wanted to do was just create a unique experience for anybody who wanted to come in and see this, which was a real 80s film where we shot it to look like the 80s. The production value of it is strong. There's a strong production value, and stylistically it looks like an 80s film. Low contrast, kind of washed out look.
Really?
I really like to get into actually animal wrangling if I can. Like I work with birds and wild birds a lot. I've rescued and released a lot of them, and I just would love to learn how to do that. I just don't know I don't know anybody involved with it, and I don't know how to break into it. And I know you need your Raptors license and stuff, and it takes 2 years. And
look, use your beauty and popularity and reach out to what, Gator Boys or some shit? I'm dead serious. They would just have your ass down there like that. Scott Pollard was here yesterday. Very exciting.
Very exciting. Oh my goodness, he is like one of the nicest guys, which I probably shouldn't say because he's brutal in the movie.
Right, his character is the Axeman.
Yeah, he is brutal in that movie, man. When people watch that, and man, me and Josh were getting freaked out because there's this one scene in particular, and I'm not gonna say anything, but
I'll give it away.
But you see it in his eyes, man. There's something. There was like he just scares the crap out of you. Like,
really?
Yeah, like there's.
He knows how to go to that dark place. How about it? Tell me, just a quick
Justin
bit.
Haynes. I am the owner and operator of Dead Ink Apparel, and I received an email from Justin.
Yeah.
I often get a lot of emails from people wanting things.
All the
free
time.
things. My orders are few. The free things are plenty.
And nobody
I
calls to
read
give
the
you
email
some.
and I let it sit for a while because I didn't know, I wasn't real sure about it. But I thought about it real hard and I read it. I was like, he wrote like a really, you hear the way he's talking.
He could be an attorney.
He's a very convincing man.
Mm-hmm.
He seemed very passionate about this movie.
Yeah.
And the stars were very good, and I was like, I might have to try this. So I messaged him back and I said, when do you need these? And he said, well, I'm leaving for Big Bear like in 2 days. And I said, oh, I'll overnight them to you tonight.
Really?
So I ran to the post office as quick as I could and I overnighted them.